Hi there, all my crochet nerdy friends. This is Ashley with Marshflower Studio. In today's video, I am going to be remaking the little rubber duck pattern that I have. This version does not have a beeping fire alarm, so there's that. Also, I'm going to add some little wings to the side of this one, so you can add that as an option to your little rubber ducks. The one that I'm doing today is this kind of Cookie Monster blue color, because I have a friend that really loves this color. So I'm going to make this one for her. I lost my train of thought. Good gracious, and it's still early for me. This little rubber duck is worked from the bottom of the duck up to the head. So if you want to do any color changes with yours, make sure you keep that in mind. And if you have not subscribed, make sure you do that so you can see all of the notifications for any new videos that pop up, and make sure you go and check out all of the previous videos that have been uploaded. There are lots and lots and lots of really cute projects to make that don't really take that much time. So that being said, we're going to start our rubber duck with a magic circle, and I am using just a worsted weight number 4 yarn and my 4mm hook. I use this hook primarily when I am sorry about that. Year-round allergies are fabulous. Okay. I use the 4mm hook with my number 4 yarn mostly when I'm making a keychain or smaller projects where I need my stitches to be tighter. I feel like the keychains hold up a little better when they're crocheted a little bit tighter, but that is completely up to you. And you can do this project with any size yarn. Just make sure that you use a corresponding hook size. Okay, so I'm going to make my magic circle here. And then we're going to have our standard 6 single crochets in the magic circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, 5, and 6. Okay, and then we'll pull our magic circle closed. And then we're just going to continue working in the round. Our next row will have 6 increases. And that's 2 single crochets in each stitch. If you're new, I recommend stitch markers. And there are lots and lots of different variations of stitch markers out there. I will show you the kind that I use here in just a second. Okay. I use these lovely large hairpins. They slip on and off easily. They don't just fall off like I've had some of the other ones do. You're not working with like the safety pin version. Those drive me nuts. I can't ever get them to work easily. So I use these large size bobby pins. They're easy to work around for me. Like I said, they're easy to slip on. They don't fall off. They're easy to slip off when you need them to. So that's my recommendation for you. All right, our next row is going to be a single crochet and increase. So we're taking our stitch count out to 18 for this row. So I'm going to do my increase first, 1 and 2 and 3. Increase is 4 and 5, and then 6. Increase is 7 and 8, and 9. Increase is 10 and 11, and we'll have 12. Increase is 13, 14, 15, and increase 16 and 17. I get going fast sometimes and end up missing my yarn. Okay. All right, our next row is going to be 2 single crochets and an increase. So we'll have increase 1 and 2, and then 3, 4, increase 6, and 7, 8, increase 9 and 10, 11, 12, increase 13, 14, and 15, 16, increase 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 is an increase, and then 23, 24. Okay, so we've got quite a few little rows going here. I'm gonna try to get my light shining just a little bit better here for you. I know this is a dark color. That's much better. Okay, so we want to make sure that our magic circle hole, boop, right there in the middle, is closed up nice and small. I'm just going to take that tail and pull, and then we have a nice closed start down there at the bottom. All right, we don't want that to loosen up and have stuffing come out later. All right, so now we're going to do 2 rows of just 24 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and one more row of 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I hope you guys can hear my little one laughing in the background at the movie he's watching, because it's just the cutest thing. Okay, our next row is going to be another increase row, so we're going to do 3 single crochets and then an increase, so this takes us out to 30 with our stitch count. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5 together. 6, 7, 8, and we'll do 9 and 10 together. 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15 together. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 together. 21, 22, 23, 24. Oops. 24 and 25 should be together. 26, 27, 28, and then 29 and 30 are together. All right. Now we're going to have just 30 single crochets all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay. Next, we're going to have 3 single crochets and a decrease. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then decrease on 4, 5, 6, 7, decrease on 8, 9, 10, 11, decrease on 12, 13, 14, 15, decrease on 16, 17, 18, 19, decrease on 20, and then 21, 22, 23, and decrease 24. Okay. Next, we're going to have 24 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay. So next is where we start really kind of shaping the duck. So like I said again, this is the bottom part. And it does do a weird kind of little shift to the side as we start working into the body and up the neck. So don't freak out. You're not doing it wrong. It just looks wrong as you're doing it. Okay, so we're going to start with 3 sets. We're going to do a decrease and a single crochet. So there's 1, a decrease, and a single crochet, and then a decrease, and a single crochet. And then we're going to do 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to do the same set group we did at the beginning of this round. So we're going to do a decrease, and a single crochet. There's one. Decrease, and a single crochet is 2, and then a decrease, and a single crochet is 3. All right. Now we're going to do a decrease and a single crochet twice. So decrease and single, decrease, single, and then 6 single crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then again decrease and 1, decrease and 1. All right, now we're going to have 14 single crochets, and I do leave this tail out to use for tying off when I'm finished. If you don't like tying a knot to help with your finish, tuck it in, get it out of your way. I like to use mine so it will stay out. 14 single crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so you can kind of see what's going on here now. So we're going to shift this bottom part just a little bit as we go, but you can kind of see the bottom doesn't make this the center of the middle of the duck. Okay, so it'll end up getting kind of slid back a little towards the back end of the duck, and then you've got the duck's back, and then this is the chest that goes up to the head. Okay, so now we're going to do a decrease, and then 10 single crochets, and then another decrease, uh-oh, we've got another decrease at the end here. My yarn came off the hook and then it split. Okay. So now we're going to go back to increasing. We've made the smallest part of the neck. We're going to go back to increasing. So we're going to have single crochet and increase all the way around. This should take you back out to 18. There's 3. Okay. Our next row is going to be 2 single crochets and increase, and this should take us out to 24. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oop. 17, 18 is an increase, and 19, 20, 21, and 22 is an increase, 23, 24. Okay, I'll have another row of 24 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Right now we're going to go 2 single crochets and a decrease, and this will take us back down to 18 stitches. So 1, 2, I'm going to decrease on 3, 4, 5, decrease on 6, 7, 8, decrease on 9, 10, 11, decrease on 12, 13, 14, decrease on 15, 16, 17, decrease on 18. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to stuff the body of my little duck. And how much you stuff it is up to you. But as I'm stuffing it, I'm going to make sure that I'm kind of pushing that butt area back and out so that my duck takes the shape that I want it to. Alright. Alright, so next we have single crochet and decrease, and this takes us down to 12. And then we're going to put the eyes in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So at this point, this is our little duck. This is his front, right? what I'm going to do is put the little safety eyes. Here. And these are 6mm safety eyes. And you want to make sure that you are leaving enough space in between the eyes to put the beak. That seems a little weird, and they might feel like they're a little too wide. All right, so this is row 19 is the row we just finished. So these eyes are going between 17 and 18. Okay, and mine are 4 to 5 stitches apart. There's an increase in there somewhere, so it's kind of hard to gauge. Just make sure that you're putting them on the front of the duck between 17 and 18, and give them, you know, anywhere between 4 and 6 stitches in between, so you've got room for this beak where it won't look funny. So I'm going to pop the little backs onto these eyes. And you don't have to do safety eyes. You can do button eyes. You can make little knots with thread to sew on there after it's done. It's up to you. I like the safety eyes because it's nice and easy for me. All right, so at this point we do need to stuff his head. I'm going to put a tiny bit more in there after I do 3 of the decreases here. So we're going to have 6 decreases just to close up the top of his head. So I'm going to do 3, put in just a tiny bit more stuffing. I don't like to overstuff them because I don't want the stuffing to show through. But trying to crochet through too much stuffing is also very frustrating. If it gets in the way and then it gets pulled into your stitches, then you've got stuffing that's kind of woven in there that you can't hide at that point. So I try to wait until the very last second to put the last little bit in. And we'll do an invisible finish here on the top of his head. If you're not sure what that is, I will show you. All right, you don't need a crazy long tail. Just need enough to work with. I'm going to use my yarn needle here. And I have these metal ones. I ordered them off Amazon. You can find them in a lot of different stores that carry crochet and knitting, sewing supplies. So for this invisible finish, I'm going to go under the next stitch over. I'm going to go under just the front loop from the outside towards the inside and pull that through. I'm going to do that for each one of these stitches that's left. And I do just the front loop because if I do both, it makes this spot a little more bulky, and then it tends to kind of pop up, where I just want it to be kind of flat and blend in. Last one. So I'll pull that tight, and then I'll use this little tail that I've still got sticking up here, and I just like to do a little square knot. Kind of holds everything in place, keeps it from getting worked loose. And then we'll tuck that right down through. Use our yarn needle to make sure that his head is the right shape. Okay, so there's our little duck face. I'm going to trim off the extra blue down here. All right. My yellow has rolled off. All right. 2 seconds. I gotta grab my yellow ball that bounced over here. Sometimes when you work with, or when you have kids and they share a workspace with you, things tend to go missing. Alright, so I've got my nice bright yellow here for his beak. You can obviously do whatever colors you want to do. For this little beak, we're going to do a chain 4. You want to leave a little bit of a tail if you plan on tying off like I do. Alright, so there's my slip knot. Do a chain 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to turn, and in the second chain from the hook, I'm going to do an increase. So 2 single crochets right here. And then a single crochet in the next one. And this last one, I'm going to do 4 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're just working around the end of that chain. Okay, so then I'm going to start working up the bottom part of this chain, and I'm going to do a single crochet, and then in this last spot I'm going to do another increase. And then we're going to continue just working around here. We're going to have 10 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to do a little slip stitch here to fasten off. So you want to make sure that your outside is your outside. I'm going to cut just enough of a tail to sew this onto his face. And this is where having different brands of yarn can change how things come out. As you can see, this beak is a little big for this duck because we have like a red heart, I think is the blue, and then our yellow is one of the Karen 1 pounds. I always forget what they call them. The big roll. but it'll make him a little cute and quirky, which I'm okay with. But depending on your preferences, you might choose a different yarn or a different color. They're a little more evenly matched. But I'm just going around. The edge of the beak. All right. And all the way back around. I'm going to tie a little square knot here. Whoops. Good gracious. I ended up pulling stuffing out. Alright. I will make sure all that's tucked away later. Alright, so I've got his beak. Trim that off in the back there. And then we will do his little wings. Okay. Got a nice little body shape here. For this one's wings, because she also likes tie-dye, I'm using this Blossomopolis from Hobby Lobby. And we're going to do a magic circle. This is probably one of the easiest wings you'll ever do. I'm going to do chain 1, and then I'm going to put 5 half double crochets in the magic circle. I'm going to do a chain 1, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the magic circle. We'll cut this off with just enough of a tail. Tie this. We'll close our magic circle. Whoops. Good gracious. And then we will sew this adorable little tie-dye wing to the side of his body. And you can have it be flat in line with the rows of his body. You can tilt it backwards or forwards, however you think it looks best. All right. So I'll do my little square knot. Now that his wing is attached. So I'm going to make another little wing for the other side here in a second. But this is the super cute little rubber duck with a little wing. So if you like the little duck, make sure you hit that like button and give us a thumbs up. If you have questions, pop it in the comments and I'll try to get to those as quick as I can. And I hope you enjoyed this little duck. Down in the description, there are some links to some of the other things that I do and make, my website where I sell some of these cute little things that I do videos of. So make sure you check those out as well. And I hope you enjoyed making this little duck. I've seen quite a few people using these little ducks, the little crochet versions, for all of the Jeep folks. And I just think they're like the cutest things ever. But yeah, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the like button. And happy hooking, crochet nerds. I'll see you next time.